Wild Hearts, Tamed Souls. Chapter 1. A Love That Burned Too Bright. Sienna Carter was the kind of woman who loved recklessly. At 25, she had a whirlwind energy that attracted people to her like moths to a flame. She lived in Chicago with her best friend Mia, her steady anchor in a world of chaos. Then came Adrian. He was tall, dark-haired, and full of mystery. From the moment they locked eyes at an art gallery, Sienna knew her life would never be the same. Their connection was electric, their passion undeniable. But Adrian carried secrets he refused to share. "Why do you always hold back?" Sienna asked one night after an argument. "I'm afraid if you see all of me, you'll run," Adrian replied. But Sienna didn't run. She stayed. Chapter 2. Cracks in the Glass. Adrian's secrets began to surface slowly, like jagged rocks under calm water. He had a complicated past involving his estranged family and a troubled history with addiction. Sienna tried to hold him together, ignoring her own needs to keep their relationship afloat. Mia wasn't blind to the toll it was taking. "You're losing yourself, Sienna. Love shouldn't hurt like this." But Sienna brushed her off. "He needs me, Mia. No one else gets him." The turning point came when Adrian disappeared for 3 days without explanation. When he finally returned, he was a mess of apologies and excuses. Sienna forgave him, but something inside her began to crack. Chapter 3. The Fall. The night of Sienna's big art exhibition was supposed to be her moment. Mia and her other friends were there to celebrate, but Adrian was nowhere to be found. After the event, she found him at a bar, surrounded by people who didn't care about him. "Is this who you are now?" she demanded, tears streaming down her face. "I didn't want to ruin your night," Adrian slurred. "You already did," she whispered before walking away. That night, Sienna broke down in Mia's arms. "I can't keep fixing him," she sobbed. "No, you can't," Mia said gently, "but you can fix yourself." Chapter 4. Healing and Heartache. Sienna threw herself into her art, pouring all her pain into her work. With Mia's unwavering support, she began to rediscover who she was outside of Adrian. Meanwhile, Adrian hit rock bottom. Realizing he was losing the only person who truly loved him, he checked himself into rehab. He didn't tell Sienna, but Mia found out and told her. "He's trying, Sienna," Mia said. "But this time, it has to be about him, not you." Sienna wrote him a letter, but didn't visit. "I hope you heal, Adrian, for you, not for me." Chapter 5. New beginnings. Months passed. Sienna's art career blossomed and she opened her own gallery. She met new people, made new friends, and even started dating casually. But a part of her still thought about Adrian, not with sadness, but with hope, for him and for herself. One day, while hosting an art workshop for at-risk youth, she looked up and saw him. Adrian stood in the doorway, healthier, calmer, and holding a bouquet of sunflowers. "Hi," he said softly. "Hi," she replied, her heart pounding. Chapter 6. Love. Reimagined. They sat in a nearby cafe, catching up. Adrian shared his journey in rehab and the steps he was taking to build a better life. "I don't expect anything from you," he said. "I just wanted to thank you for loving me, even when I didn't love myself." Sienna smiled. "And I needed to learn to love myself too." They decided to start over, not as lovers, but as friends. Over time, their friendship deepened into something more balanced, more grounded. They supported each other's dreams without losing themselves. Epilogue. Wild Hearts, Tamed Souls. A year later, Sienna stood in her gallery, showcasing a new series of paintings inspired by her journey. Adrian was by her side, not as a crutch, but as an equal. Mia raised a toast. "To healing love and the people who never give up on us, even when we're a mess." Laughter filled the room as Sienna and Adrian shared a knowing smile. Love didn't have to burn to be beautiful. Sometimes it just needed time to grow.
Thanks for joining us on this adventure through Kind Park Stories.